Welcome, 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 everybody. We've got a top table, not top table match, it's a feature match. It's going to be Tim and, oh my gosh, I don't even have the lineup. Tim and Joshua. So, I'm going to put some names up real quick as soon as we get everything started. No, I was worried about that. Let's take this filter off here. There we go. Alright, so we got Tim and Joshua. Let me get their deck list together so we can start talking about what they're going to play. Tim has a deck list that's online, so I'm going to take that up a sec. Joshua is going to be playing Tyrell, Kings of Summer. And Tim is going to be playing Targaryen. Oh, Targaryen something. Targ. Let's see here. Targ something else. Alright, let's... Oh, we got a good handshake to start that off. I'm glad they did that. Tim is actually playing Targaryen Brotherhood. Targaryen Brotherhood of Brotherhood. So I'm gonna get rid of my picture. We're gonna start seeing things happening. Looks like we got a Illyrio and a Loyalist out, and we also have these House Florent Knight, I think. I don't see the plots. Okay, so and then we have Astapor, and it looks like we have a, oh goodness me, the Targ on Econ location. We're setting up High Garden, I think. Setting up High Garden and setting up another location. I can't tell what it is right at the moment. I'm kind of excited for this game. I haven't been able to watch Tyrell match before. I've only actually played like a lot of weird non-Tyrell decks, so it's kind of interesting to see Tyrell when I get to see it, and it's always fun to see what people are brewing with that faction that has like a lot of money. We got Calm over Westeros, and it looks like, oh, I can't even see that plot. It's a maybe naval. No, I don't think it's naval. This might be the plot that gives everybody minus -1 strength. That's not Dragon, or that's not a Targaryen. So, and I'm also kind of interested to see this Brotherhood without Banners deck, because I've really been interested in the Brotherhood because of the keyword allocation it can give you. So, like giving characters keywords is always something that I find really interesting. There's a lot of power in giving things keywords. So, if you're able to, give somebody renown at like a split second, you can get the extra power you need to win the game, or giving someone pillage of the other cards you can get from that. Where are they going to hear me if you have that open?
Yeah, I'll
okay. Pardon our dust. I'm going to let you watch for a sec. You're good. I think that's all I need. Okay. And so it looks like we have Ocean Road there too. That's a pretty good include for for the Brotherhood deck. Mostly because it's going to hit a lot of cards outside in that deck. So we exhausted the Loyalist to get the Bestow Companion. I cannot remember the name of it right now. And it looks like we also have a Little Bird, I think. Or not a Little Bird, but the Child. Beg a child, please. That's not what the name is, but that's what I'm thinking right now. Yeah, we got Eerie. So Eerie is the Bestow 2 one. When she's, you can discard a gold from her to choose to stand a Lord or Lady, so I think Illyrio can stand from that. Alright, and then we also had that neutral card? I can remember it. I think it was a recent one. Oh, okay. We got, I think, a gardener, so another reducer. And we're seeing all of the money locations from Tyrell, so that's kind of a cool thing. He's going to be sitting on a ton of money this game. Let's get that over there. That card that Tim's on the bottom of the screen, and Josh was on the top. The card we saw from Tim, the neutral we saw, is... There's so many cards in this game, so little time. Is Frey Bastard. So, bestow 2 after you win a challenge and you control 2 or more attacking House Frey characters. Discard 1 gold from Frey Bastard to get a power for your faction. So, that's kind of cool. We'll see. Like, he looks like he's running some bestow stuff with Brotherhood, so that'll be kind of sweet. Again, let's put the Brotherhood up real quick so we can Brotherhood, a banner there. You know, after the challenge phase begins, you can kneel your faction card to choose a neutral character. Till the end of the turn, they can gain one of the 4 keywords there. So, pretty powerful. I don't know if it's that powerful in the Frey Bastard, but it'll be interesting to see where Tim takes that. Let's look at some of the stuff that that Tyrell's playing right now. So, I think we had the Gardener, and we started off with the House Frey Knight. Looks like we got 2 more characters there. One of them, I think this must be like a Tyrell Knight deck with the Summer. So Summer Knights. That's a pretty cool thing, getting a little extra money there from all the money he has already. We got the I can't remember the name of the neutral knight, but they got the neutral knight there. Then we have, what's the horse guy? I'm trying to figure that one out. Let's see here. After that deluxe expansion, so again we have Garden Caretaker there. That was the econ that he's playing. And then not quite that guy. Green Apple Knight. So Green Apple Knight gets +1 strength for each knight character. So he looks like he's going in for the challenge. Again, I can't hear, so I'm just going to try commenting my best. Looks like we're doing Intrigue there. Block Intrigue with the Frey Bastard. Looks like he didn't bestow the Frey Bastard at all, but he won the Intrigue challenge and he was going to hit a card. Looks like he hit, I think, the 7 card that lets you redirect events, which could mean something later in the game if he really needed that. Like Begging Brothers, I think it is. Oh, Hedge Knight was the other card that we saw Joshua play. Let's see here. Begging Brothers, yeah, Begging Brothers is what he just hit. That's the one where you can interrupt the triggered effects. So that's a pretty good card for Josh to hit. Looks like we're sitting at 1 power on Targ right now, and maybe is that a power marker? I can't tell on the Tyrell player's house card. I'm choosing plots here. There's some pretty interesting choices for the Knights deck, so I'm gonna go through Josh's plots real quick so we can talk about them. So we have cards like we saw Come Over Westeros there. We have a Song of Summer, Wardens of the South, Trade Routes, Attorney for the King, and 2 Name Day Attorneys. So we got a lot of stuff there. Looks like we got I think maybe Trade Routes just got flipped. See here. Yeah, Trade Routes definitely just got flipped here. We'll put it up on the screen. We'll give it a little chat. So we'll talk about what Joshua's going to do right now. Pardon the clicking. You're going to hear that a bunch. Oops, sorry. And I got to for plot cards. So we'll just well, that's me again. Get this thing a little bit bigger so we can get plots on here from now on. Okie dokie. So, Trade Routes, when you choose an opponent, gain 1 gold for each location they control. So, he got 3 extra gold there on the 2, so we had 5 for the turn. Then we saw Varys Riddle, so we actually saw Varys Riddle hit as well. So I think both players are going to be getting 5 gold, around 5 gold this turn. Let's look up Riddle. The Riddle of Time. Yeah, so Riddle, oh, was a 5 gold. So actually we're getting 8 gold on the target side this time. I didn't see the attachment that went on the Green Apple Knight, but I'm sure I will see it at some point. Or you already know what it is, and you don't even need me to tell you what it is. So, the Trader House is a pretty cool card. It's pretty new, I think, and it's nice because we get the ability to it's a Kingdom Summer, so it's really hitting off of their plot. So he's getting extra gold for that. So it's a little more than I said, as long as there's no winners revealed. So it looks like we have some more locations out. I'm going to try to go through those locations in a second, because there's a bunch of Tyrell locations out, and that means a lot of things. So we're about to see, I think we just got a new Tyrell card out there too. Where are you at, guy with Goblet? Night of Summer, actually, so that's not actually a new card, but it looks like we got a Rose Road, I think, out. Tim starts off with a Rose Road. Marshalling phase for, oh, and then we got actually a Night of Flowers too, so wow, that night theme's really coming through here with Joshua's deck. I'm excited about that because the Knights are something I wanted to see for a while, and he's playing Summer, so he's just going to have money to keep playing Knights. I think, depending on what happens, he might get hit pretty hard with a Valar, but Valar Morghulis. But it's going to be pretty interesting to see how he reacts to wipes if he has it. So it looks like we do have Bodyguard out on the Night of Summer. I cannot tell exactly what's on the House Florent. Oh, Littlefinger. So we got Littlefinger out. Littlefinger for the intrigue and power. We get a little extra money there on Tim's side. And we're drawing some cards mid-Marshal, so we can see if he has anything else he wants to play with his stacks of money. And he reduced it, so Littlefinger only cost him 3, which is cool. It's a good way to use Ocean Road. Then we have, okay, so I think that is the Riders, or it's one of the Riders or the Mercenaries, so let's look. Let's actually hide this guy for now. No reason to sit that out. Not the Bearded Warriors. What you got? We got Second Son, so it's a Mercenary Bestow. He did not bestow it, so he's got a lot of bestow in here. It's actually a deck that Dom and I were talking about earlier today. Was like, is there a bestow deck? Maybe I'll just copy Tim's and play with that online with the first person who comments. But Second Sons, you have to discard it unless you spend a gold from it. So you paid 3 to get a 6 Bicon out. That'll be good for blocking against all these Knights. But and he doesn't have the card out that makes it so only one can participate in a challenge, which is good, or which is not. It's not good. It means that he can still block a little bit, which is going to be helpful down the road. Because, or not down the road, but it's going to be helpful this turn because it means that he can try to stand up to the Knight Onslaught, the Onslaught of Knights. Alrighty, so it looks like we're about to go into challenges. So Josh is going to be starting off our challenge phase there. Yeah. Let's see what happens. Card games. Okay. I didn't see any of the events. Let's actually talk about what looks like Josh has out right now with regard to his support or his locations. Not supports. It's not Warhammer 40K. I just typed supports into the phone. So it looks like we got a Second Sons challenge there. Or maybe, yeah, Second Sons challenge. Tyrell locations. So, let's see here. Okay, so we definitely have a Rose Garden out. We have a Arbor too, so he's got the +3 gold from Arbor. Let's see here. Looks like we also have a Bread Wine Straight, so that's another 2 gold. We also have Jousting Pavilion, so that's going to be cool. Jousting Pavilion is really going to make this deck do something. So, it looks like we got a Nelt Faction card for the Brotherhood ability. I'm not sure which one it was, obviously, because I can't hear. But it looks like we had the first one go through. Well, did we go through? We didn't see an extra power gain there. And so we had Insight Trigger off of Littlefinger or Lirio. Mace that or Lirio. Yeah, pay gold to choose the standard character. So it wasn't a Lirio. But looks like we're defending. No, not defending with the Knight. We might have moved into. I don't see any power moving around, so I'm wondering whether like the challenges are coming from, because I don't see any power shifting unless I missed it. So let's bring up Brotherhood without banners again, so I can see if I'm misreading that card. You like all this clicking? It's like no talking, all clicking. Collectormania streaming, no talking, all clicking for your enjoyment. Alright, so can't include loyal characters, we knew that. But Insight, Intimidate, Renown, and Stealth. So we must have incited either Littlefinger. Littlefinger might already have Insight though. He doesn't, so yeah, he must have incited somebody. He's got a lot of stuff that can help him stand things, so now he can stand Littlefinger. So it looks like we have a power challenge won by a Knight of Flowers there. Knight of Flowers is pretty powerful. I think he's pretty sweet. Alright, let's try to see if we can. Knight of Flowers. Oh, that's not Knight of Flowers I want actually.
Yeah, I was thinking if I didn't use this, I was just going to lose.
Knight of the Reach. Knight of Flowers here. Knight of Flowers is. There's a new Knight of Flowers too, and I don't know about the new one. I haven't really played with it that much. But while so he's got Renown, and while he's attacking alone, he can only defend. He didn't clear more than one defender. So the Knight of Flowers is pretty cool there, and I think he got Renown on Knight of Flowers, and then he won.
Yeah, this card.
Well, he won the power challenge, but it must have been unopposed. I'm not sure how he knelt. Oh, Lord Renly's Ride. That's a really powerful card. A lot of people playing Tyrell really like Renly's Ride just because, you know, it's obviously a very good card in decks that can afford to, or not afford, but Lord Renly's Ride. It's a really good card in decks that can use it, you know. So we have cards like Knight of Flowers, who's gonna like do some work here by defending alone or attacking alone. He gets +X strength and intimidate, and so basically top character in your dead pile. So I think, where is his dead pile at? It's 0, but it gave him intimidate, so he got to kneel Eerie, and then we had Second Sons go to the discard pile because he couldn't pay the cost. And now we have a pretty interesting turn going into board state going into turn 3. So I'm interested to see this plot flip right here. So we're gonna see either Tim remove a bunch of stuff, or I actually don't know. I'm hoping. I mean, that's what I do, but I'm also kind of like a noob player, so that's why I'm doing commentary, because I can talk all day long about stuff that doesn't matter. So we got 2 that I haven't seen. I think that's jousting. That's the tournament for the king. Or actually, so it's either tourney for the king or a name day tourney. I think it's name day tourney. And the plot that Tim flipped over, I don't remember. I don't think it's that one. I was thinking Battle of Orcs Crest, but it's not. It's not that one. It might be Velo to Harris, actually, because that would be a kind of a cool. It is. It is Velo to Harris. So each player chooses any number of characters. Actually, just put it up because that's why we get this really cool thing we can do. Oh, I don't know why that's happening. So Valedor Harris, there you go. You can take a look at it. He had to choose characters. He or she controls the dependent cost 10 or lower and place each of the characters not chosen in the bottom of the owner's deck. So he managed to, he can't be saved either, so the bodyguard is no-go on that one. So we got Green Apple Knight, Hedge Knight, and Knight of Flowers left, and then we got Magister Lario and Littlefinger on the other side. And the plot that we saw Josh play, I believe, is Name Day Attorney. So Name Day Attorney, we will see in a second. It's another. It's more good. It's like night good stuff. So. We got Crown of Gold too on the Green Apple Knight. That's the. I'll check out what that attachment was in a second. So.
It's funny. I don't think I've ever played against a
Because that one is the one I missed earlier.
So like when you didn't have one, I was like, oh, is this gonna be the first game that doesn't? Oh,
Yeah, very nice. And it's funny because that's like we said, there's one that. Right.
But Name Day Attorney is pretty good for a night deck. After you win a challenge which a knight's character you control is attacking and defending alone, choose a Lord-related character you control and give it 1 power. So we're going to see Knight of Flowers. I think Knight of Flowers gets some more power here. Knight of Flowers. And then that attachment there that we saw.
I think I was gonna kind of start to run away. He was still playing with that plot.
Pretty interesting. I think it might have actually been Green Dreams. I don't know 100%, but that might have been what it was. Oh, actually, it might also have been Weirwood Bow. Nah, it can't have been Weirwood Bow. That's dumb. That's dumb, Kyle. Let's see. So we had Targaryen Loyalist marshaled. We also have a new Targaryen support marshaled. Let's check this out. So, by the way, I'm using the Deck of Thrones app. It's super good for looking up cards really quickly that I don't want to switch on. That I don't want to switch onto the screen. I highly suggest downloading it if you like that kind of thing. It's like a card encyclopedia. It's super cool. Let's see here. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Oh, that's actually a neutral attachment or neutral location that Tim played. Let's see if we can find it. I think it's yeah. Okay. So we got Flea Bottom out. Okay, Flea Bottom, and then we got looks like Randall or yeah. Okay. So we got I'm sorry, Pax of Red Wine. Reduce the cost of the events you play, and we also got another knight that I cannot remember the name of, but he's Sir John Foster. There we go. If his strength 5 or higher, he gains renown. So all he's got to do is buff him. It looks like he might have something on him already anyway. Again, I didn't catch that, but that's kind of cool. We'll see what that does. We're gonna do a kneel at the start of the challenge phase to have a character gain a keyword. We'll see if we can suss out what that keyword was. You probably already can hear it because it's on the camera. We got 5 power right now to 0. It looks like, but we just saw Flea Bottom drop, and we have been seeing a decent amount of kneeling for these keywords. So let's see if Tim can get these keywords to work for him in this Brotherhood deck. Looks like Josh is still sitting on 2 gold as well, and we got Tim sitting on either 1 or a stack that I can't see. So yeah. I think that was a interestingly played Valar Dohaeris, because he's got so much money now, it's really hard to fight against him with a removal spell that's not Valar Morghulis, because you really have to. And you know, I wouldn't know if that one would be easier in this case either because of the bodyguard on the flowers, right? But maybe he was just trying to... See, I don't know. I would be inclined to do it the other way. That way I could get rid of a bodyguard or two. But... And then Valar... Well, next turn, because I guess he couldn't get rid of him that way. So it looks like we got a probably Intrigue or Power challenge, because that's the only ones they can do, with Illyrio and Littlefinger. I don't know if Tim's sitting on enough gold to actually be able to stand someone with Illyrio's effect. But we're going to see if we can trigger Named Attorney's effect here to stand. Stand Knight of Flowers again, if he can win. Knight of Flowers is in fact a lord, so we can use Named Attorney to do that. Looks like he's getting a power from that. Not winning it, but not winning the thing to stand the knight with Named Attorney. We do have two knights training grounds again. I think they're called training grounds again, or training grounds. So it'll be interesting to see if that's going to help in the long run. So I think tourney grounds actually just made the Knight of Flowers like pretty good when defending, but not good enough to win. Not good enough to win. Maybe it's not called attorney. Ground. How do you spell ground, everyone? Alright, we'll just look at location again. It's a jousting pavilion is what it's called. There we go. Yeah, so the Flowers, I think Flowers was at 6 or 7, but it looks like they did win still. But now we see Fossaway going in. If he can buff Fossaway's strength, we saw Astapor. We're going to see someone stand up, Littlefinger stand up on Fossaway's power, or intrigue actually. So looks like we're going to see Littlefinger be declared as a defender in this challenge against Fossaway's. Yeah, Fossaway's thing. So Fossaway does have renowned, and I believe yeah. So he just won the intrigue because of that. We'll see Fossaway get a power, I believe, because of the renown on Fossaway's card. And then Named Attorney is going to actually stand a Lord or Lady, so we might see Flowers stand up again. Interesting. Maybe I misread Named Attorney. Oh yeah, sorry, it's not stand, it's gain of power. My bad, everybody. I got all excited about standing effects, you know, because they're good. But yeah. So again, we have Tim Everwine on the bottom. Tim is a local player down in the Pueblo, Colorado Springs area. Not sure where Josh is. Josh is new to our store, to me. He came in today with a gentleman named Aaron. Aaron is locally trying to start a group in Colorado, so trying to kind of liven up the Colorado Game of Thrones scene a little bit. If you're in Colorado, you're watching this, or you know people in Colorado, or you're just interested in helping communities out, let people know that there's places to play in Colorado now. So Collectormania is one, Pitcheries is one, KoS Games is one. I believe there's some places maybe up north, but it's a lot of people in the south of Colorado play Game of Thrones, and we might be able to see that change in a little bit. But you got to get more people in playing. And I know we have people at the shop that play at their house. They buy stuff from the store and then they go play at their house. But come on out. I mean, we have someone today in this tournament. I don't know if we'll see them on stream or not, but they've played one game before, and everyone's fine teaching them how to go and play, and they're just participating. Everything's good to go. Everything is happy. So we had 2 plots flipped over. Man, Tim has so many promo plots. It's hard to tell which ones are which. I think that's the one that reduces all people's strength by 1. And then we had, these plots. So many plots in this game. Actually, was organizing my cards. I use container store stuff to organize my plots. I think Blood of the Dragon is what Tim has played. And then, so we're going to see some stuff on each non-dragon character. Get some strength. They'd have to strength to 0, but that would be weird to me, so I don't know if that's actually it or not. It might be a Storm of Swords, but again, the promo art's throwing me for a loop here. So, and then we also have, what is it? I have his list right here. Why am I not looking at it? Maybe, I think it's Wardens of the South is what we have there. Yeah, Wardens of the South. So, after a character you control is declared as an attacker or defender, the character gets some +2 strength dealing in the challenge. So, that's gonna be cool. I think we might see some Fossilway triggers there. I wonder if he has Paxter in this deck, or I'm sorry, Randall. Doesn't look like we have it, but that's okay. I mean, Randall, I don't know if he would be good in this deck, but man, we're seeing Knight of Flowers get buffed. He's invincible. I think he just duped Knight of Flowers. We just saw a second King's Road out for Tim. We also have I think Bodyguard on Littlefinger. That Econ, man, he's getting 5 gold a turn just from locations. Then he's getting 2 gold from the reducers. So he's got 7 gold to play with on top of his plot, or 7 Econ to play with on top of whatever his plot gives him. Wardens of the South is giving him 4. So he's got 11 or so gold depending on how things go. And we've got 7 power right now, and it looks like 1 for Tim.
Yeah, I agree.
We're going to see another, I think, Intrigue or Power challenge there with those 2 guys. You know, we got the standard Magister, Littlefinger Power challenge. Or Intrigue. I don't think it was Intrigue last time, but we'll see. Yeah, it looks like it's Intrigue this time. So we're seeing Fosway go in. Fosway again is at 6. And he's got a buff from the attachment that's on him. It's probably like a Marin Heat or something. And then he's got the +2 for being declared as a defender. So he's sitting somewhere probably around 8 or 9 strength, depending on what that attachment is. So that's pretty tough. I mean, Illyrio and Littlefinger alone, I think Illyrio is... Let's see. Illyrio. He's 4. And then Littlefinger, Littlefinger is 4, so 8. So they might be tied, or, Fosway might be fine on his own. We're seeing Astapor go down to stand Littlefinger. And we saw Frey Bastard go for that. That must not be Astapor. Maybe that's something else. Locations. Praza applied. I'm sorry. So Praza applies discard a character. So he discarded the Frey Bastard to stand that guy, and then we saw I think we just saw a Beggars or a Flea Bottom pulling out the Second Sons, which is kind of a cool combo. I mean, they fit well into that whole Flea Bottom art mechanic, just because they're so cheap, and they're going to leave anyway because he's not bestowing them. We were in contention earlier about whether or not you can bestow when the card enters play, so you could probably bestow on him if you wanted to, but Flea Bottom's going to push him out at the end of the turn anyway, so you wouldn't want to do that unless you had an effect to use. But the Second Sons, that's pretty good. That's a pretty good solid block there. Looks like he just won the power challenge that he did. Or unopposed power, or unopposed military. I don't see any claim for military, so I don't think it was that.
Yeah, that's blank, so he'll actually go to the...
And I think you guys can hear what they're discussing, but I unfortunately cannot. So, let me know in the comments now. So if you haven't heard about what the top right of this thing means, the Bearded Clansmen is Dom, Faust, and I, Kyle Hagen. I'm Kyle Hagen, by the way. Just don't even know if you knew that. My name is Kyle Hagen. I'm hosting, commentating this today. I'm also the TO, semi-TO. So we have a Game of Thrones review, like pack review that we do called the Bearded Clansmen, and so I'm doing commentary today via that medium. So I'm one of the 2 Bearded Clansmen. It looks like we had an intrigue challenge hit there with the Paxter, and he hit a second Ocean Road, which kind of sucks. We have a military going through with, or trying to be initiated with the Hedge Knight. It's unopposed, and then he's claiming Second Sons, so that's fine. It is what it is. Second Sons just moved from discard to dead pile, but it's gonna go anyway. So we're seeing into the turn. So we have 6 power on the faction card, 1 power on Fossilway, and 2 power on Knight of Flowers. We see 2 power on Tim's faction card. So that's a total of 9 power for Joshua and 2 power for Tim. We're gonna see plots here again. I'm gonna get rid of Named Attorney. All right, so we got Close Call and we got another Named Attorney. So I'll be right back. We're gonna keep going. We're gonna see what people pulls with Close Call, but just keep watching and listening, and I'll be right back. I'd rather have. Hey, everybody. You're good. Rah.
Lots of fried on the very good
I think I will Plaza and Pride.
Yep.
That's military. React. Now for L5.
Wait, you can do 2 militaries?
Sorry. I'm sorry. Power.
Oh.
Sorry.
Oh, man. Whew. I was like, oh no, I made a huge
No,
mistake.
yeah, I'm just gonna keep military challenges. I might do 8.
Alright.
Who knows? Power.
Power, okay.
For 10.
He's a 5 now.
He's a 5. So power for 11. That's stealth.
All right, so we're gonna go to full screen mode. Eric, Little Stormer suggested that we try to do this just because it'll be nice for seeing everything that's going on right now. So let's do this real quick. All right, everybody. Let's not do that while we're streaming live. Let's try this though. So I hope you guys are all following still. I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna do a few more things real quick just to get everything together for a new larger version of this thing. I hope you like my OBS. Everything's back. I'm gonna go back to full screen mode and so you guys can see everything that's happening. Looks like we got the game. Joshua's at the game, so we just stacked the power on his faction card and Knight of Flowers, and so that was that. We'll be coming up next with the round 2, and we'll make sure to keep commentary going. Sorry for the technical difficulties, just making sure everything is smooth as we go along.
So I was like, oh, I need like